In this video, I'm going to show one change I did in this one of the template in this cloud experiments repo. So it's inside AWS Cloud Formations API Gateway Authorizer, and in this one, one template. This one Lambda Surveillance App. This is a cloud formation template that creates a Lambda which has a API to which we can send images, and the Lambda in turn sends the images to S3 bucket. And there is also this uploader.html which hits that lambda endpoint. It's actually not hitting directly that endpoint, but this CloudFormation template is also creating an API gateway. It is hitting that API gateway endpoint and sending the images. And for creating the image, it is taking the webcam input. So in your phone, whatever camera you have, it will take the picture of one of the camera, basically the front camera it takes and sends to the Lambda authorizer, and Lambda will be storing it in the S3 bucket. One change that I did recently was, this was previously developed. One change was that I did was for phone, since we have two cameras in our phone, the front and the back. So I made a modification so that it takes the picture of from the both the cameras. When you're running this uploader.html from a PC or a desktop, then since there is only one camera, it will send just the picture from the one camera, the primary camera. But for phone, it will send the picture from the both of those. I'll show you the changes. So initially here, I'm using the Navigator API to get the number of devices. I'm storing that in total cam. And below, if you see, after sending the picture from the primary camera, I'm checking if the count is more than one. I'm calling this another function, capture rear image camera, and this is for this get user media function. It is passing video as this value facing exact environment, and this is taking the picture from our back camera. For phone, for laptop, it will be just this function will running, as the total number of cam will be one. Maybe in laptop also, if we are connecting an external camera, then this flow can happen, but I'm not sure whether this exact environment this will work for the second camera or the first camera, how it works. But for phone, I have verified it is taking the picture from both of the cameras. Okay. And without a secondary camera in laptop, it just takes the picture from the primary camera. So this way it is happening. And yeah, I also introduced this field, ID field. This is actually a text box in this uploader.html. So let me open this with a live server. So this is our UI. This needs to run in the device from which you want to send the picture. So here you can see I have added an ID field. Here you can add some identifier, like if you are doing surveillance for your home, then you can add home123. So your file names will be stored with the prefix home123. So that way you may have multiple clients sending images to the same S3 bucket, but you still have a prefix to differentiate which picture is coming from which source. So if you are doing a surveillance in the car, you can add a prefix car and just do the picture. I did this yesterday for my car, and let me show you the result. So this is how I did the setup. This video I have the setup one. So I'm keeping it with rubber bands in my rear view mirror. Here it ran whole night. At this point I was stopping it. This was stopped. This was taking the picture for back, and these are the images that got captured whole night. And one more thing I wanted to show, there is a frequency that we need to provide here, capture every 6 seconds, but this is actually not controlled by here. Initially we can pass one frequency, but later on this lambda function will be sending this delay variable, which is 200 here. So after first call, from second call, it will be taking picture every 200 seconds. This is done because suppose I left my phone in my car and I went to my hometown or somewhere else, and from there I want to capture. And let's say I set the frequency something big, like let's say even 6 seconds is big, and I want it to be done every 1 second. In that case, I won't have control because my car is in some other place, and I have kept my phone in another place, so I can't control the frequency from there. That's why I kept the control in this lambda function. I can log into my AWS console from anywhere, change this value. So whenever it uploads an image, it gets this value in the API response, and that it changes here. So next time the client sends whatever, the Lambda function is sending that value. So that's how we can control the value remotely. Last night I did it with 200 or 300, I think, right? 200. So 200 seconds. So every 200 seconds it was sending the pictures, and this is the result. Notice these images having prefix car, and also there is primary. Primary is for the front camera, and if you not go below, there is at one point where secondary is starting. This is the other camera. Secondary one, if you see, it is taking the back camera. This is actually the secondary, and primary one is taking inside of the car. So this is for backside and view of the mirror. If you have wide view camera in your phone, it will be taking, I mean, the area the camera will be covering will be more, but in my case it was a simple phone, so it's just taking two windows, the back one and one of the window. And this is the result from whole night. Let me start. These are the primary ones. At one point you will see light changing. See, this is the time when morning happened. After this, the image's size increase. That's why when I'm moving to the next image, it is taking some time to load. Night ones, it's a bit small in size. This is back camera. Even the night ones, the back camera is larger in size. That's why when I'm moving to the next pic, it is taking time. Let me show a live demo. So let me clear the S3 bucket first. This is my S3 bucket that where I was sending. So let me delete everything here. Okay, now it's clear. So if I start this, let me give a prefix test some number, and you will notice that this capture every 6 seconds will get changed after the first image upload. So let me start it. So see, after 6 seconds, okay, one second. There is some issue. This is localhost. I need to change this. This will be 443, and this will be our API gateway endpoint, and this is our API gateway. You can take the stage and dev and copy this URL. This I will use here. Start. So again, it will wait for 6 seconds, and now it is sending image. It's uploaded. This is successful. Delay became 200, and now you see the capture every it became 200. So next image will be sent after 200. And notice this is a laptop. We just have one camera, so it did not send the rear image. It just uploaded one image. I'll stop it. I'll go to my S3 bucket. Refresh. This is the image it just took. This is the prefix primary, and it is appending a date part. This is the picture it took. Okay, so that's it for this video. I will share the link of the repo in the description, particularly the path where these two files are present. You need to launch. Okay, one more changes I did was earlier there was a hard-coded three bucket name, which I changed to a parameterized. So while creating a stack using this one, you need to enter that parameter value, this bucket name. So whatever bucket you have in your own console, that you will have to enter while creating the stack, and that will be used. Okay, that's it then.